Shop talk, shayat, shayat, shaddy up, shayat, day, shaya, shayat up, shop tie, shaddy up, shop talk.
He is Lord. He is Lord. He is risen from the dead, and He is Lord. Oh, every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. He is Lord. He is Lord. He is Lord. He has risen from the dead. He is Lord. Every knee shall bow, every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh, 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 Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Can't make me doubt Him. Had to realize that I'm nothing without Him. Yeah, didn't have to do it, but I'm glad He did. Yeah. You made the lame, I made the blind see. On the cross you bled and died for me. No, I never felt a greater love. I thank God for sending you from above. You have all power in your hand. You destroyed the devil's plan, and you didn't have to do it, but I'm glad you did. So glad you did. You can say what you want, you can do what you will, but as long as I live, I'm living for you. I'm living for you. Everything that I do it for you. Yeah. Don't mistake my groove. This groove is for you. Owe it all to you. Some people may not believe. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ is Lord.
What is going on, y'all? Another happy day's journey, and I am super duper glad about it. What is going on? Want to welcome everybody. Right now to Shop Talk. We are everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. It is freedomradio.com. And I want to welcome everybody, whether you're watching me live on Facebook or YouTube, or if you're just listening to me audibly on freedomradio.com through our Freedom Radio app, whichever way you are tuned in, welcome to today's show. I am super excited about it. We've got a lot of things to talk about today. But before we get into all of that, y'all know what y'all got to do. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. You got to tell your mama them, Ray, Shake, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right now here on freedomradio.com and our family of networks. I've always wanted to say that as you know, as you start growing in media, you always want to say that you have a family of networks. So we want to welcome everyone to today's show. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And if you don't know what you are tuned into, if you haven't figured out yet, you are hanging out with me on Shop Talk. It's that, how can I say? Oh, I know. It's that good barbershop, that beauty shop, that coffee shop, that nail shop, and that shatanana, thank you, Lord Jesus, donut shop talk, where, you know, literally no person and no subject is off limits. If you haven't figured it out as of yet, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. It says so right there. Many people who know me more intimately call me D-Toll. It is all to the good. I am glad to have you hanging out with us. Now, today's show is going to be very, very interesting because we got a lot of things in the news, of course, but I've got a one has to go that we need to talk about. I even have a particular question that I want to ask you, the listening audience, and we'll get a chance to talk about all of that in just a moment. First of all, let's give some shout outs to some people who are hanging out with us. Let's start at the top and work our way this way. Starting at the top, we're going to Deborah Shirley Piggies, who is hanging out with us and says, good morning from Footprint of Many. I'm not mad at you. Glad to have you hanging out with us. What is going on to my homie, my friend of over 35 plus years, Lori Fairley Green, chimes in and says, good morning, D-Toll. Again, that's me. And the Shop Talk family, glad to have you hanging out with us. Shout out to the homie, Didi Felder. Didi Felder, man, is a person that is not playing. I'll tell you what I mean in just a minute. Didi Felder is a part of a challenge that we got going on, and she is not playing. What's going on to one of the constituents and great friends of mine from my church in Hayward, California, United States of America. Karan Edmonds is hanging out with us. What is going on, Karan? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And what is going on to Cambria Mayfield? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And another great constituent of my church, I won't get into her business, but this past weekend, she had a great weekend from what I can see from the smiles that I saw on my wife's phone. My homegirl, she's probably laughing right now. Gay Harris in the virtual building. Gay, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Gay, I sent you a text message a week or so ago to join the challenge that I'm about to talk about in just a minute, and I haven't seen you join as of yet. What's going on, sisterin'? Come on. Click that link I sent you. Join the challenge. Speaking of joining the challenge, my homegirl, Denisha Sexton Dew, lady Denisha Sexton Dew is in the virtual building. She is a part of the challenge that we have going on as well. Let me mention my brother, my little bro out in Stockton of California. Man, I was in your city last night, kicking my feet up, eating some garlic noodles and so much more. I'm gonna just stop right there because I feel it in my shando. Out in Stockton of California, my friend, my bro, the superintendent, John Wesley Greathouse III. He's so churchy. Morning, saints. He's in the building as well. My first cousin on my daddy's side, Linnell Jonigan, in the building. What is going on, cuz? Glad to see you, man. Tracy J. Wilson. Hey, Tracy J. Wilson, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Also, my guy out in Manteca. What is going on to Seymour Bryce? Seymour, I told y'all last week, Seymour has an unusual anointment. He knows how to thump and whatever it takes to pick out a good watermelon. Seymour, we're now into that yellow meat watermelon that you brought by my house. And listen, the Ikanan of Shatana, the Lord has met us with that yellow meat watermelon, and we're partaking of the goodness of the Lord thanks to your help. So if you need a good watermelon, whether it's red, whether it's yellow, whether it's seedless or whatever it might be, reach out to my guy right here, Samuel Seymour Bryce. He will, yes, he will, do you good. Coming to us from Charlotte in the North Kakalaki. What is going on, the Sonya Battle? Glad to have you hanging out with us today. And Seymour is so funny. He says, pray for me because he wants to be saved today. It is all to the good. And Pastor Greathouse says, what garlic noodles? Man, text me. We'll talk about it. I literally was in your city last night, sitting at a particular restaurant where they know me by name. And they brought me some garlic noodles, and they had some crab available, and they had hot links with my name on it, some shrimp, and so much more. They know me by name now. They look for me and my entire family when we come, and it's right there in your city, right in your backyard. Thank you. I felt that in my shondo. Stockton of California, it is all to the good. And listen, we've got so many more people hanging out with us. Join us in the chat. Let's start typing in, letting me know that you are hanging out with us. And we definitely want to put your comments on the screen and welcome you to today's show. Now, if you haven't done so as of yet, make sure that you share today's stream, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Share today's stream so that your friends, your family, your constituents can see what it is that you are rocking. I tell you what I'm rocking. I'm rocking my Shop Talk mug today. Yes, I'm rocking my Shop Talk mug today. It's all about branding. And I know what you're saying. How can I get me a Shop Talk mug? You know I got you in mind. Simply go to freedomradio.com/shop and you can be able to get your Shop Talk mug as well. And I want to be able to have you all do that and download it and get it, and as well as so much other stuff. Speaking of other things that's going on in, as Emetrius would say, Freedom Radio land, we are right in the middle of our Get Fly in July campaign. That's right. We are doing our Get Fly in July campaign, where we are challenging people to use this month to get fly. And those of us who have Apple iPhones and Apple Watches, we have created a challenge just for you where we all can participate. And at the end of the challenge, someone is going to win a Get Fly in July t-shirt or a Freedom Radio water bottle. Either of the two, you'll be able to win either of those. So if you have an Apple Watch, of course, that means you have an iPhone. So if you have an Apple Watch and you want to join the challenge, you still have time, and it will calculate all your points from the whole month when you join, and you can be a part of it too. Just simply either send me a message on in my Facebook Messenger, or if you have my phone number, send me a text and just say that you want to join. As a matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, that's what I want to do, because I if I go too much further, y'all gonna be trying to do something else. Anyway, so all you have to do is send me a message in Facebook Messenger saying that you want to join the challenge. I will get that information to you right away and be able to make that happen. Or if you have my phone number and you can text me, then text me and just let me know that you want to join the challenge, and I will definitely send you the information to join. Again, you will either win a Get Fly in July t-shirt that we made specifically for this challenge, or you'll be able to get a Freedom Radio water bottle. This one is nice. It comes in an array of colors, as well as the t-shirt comes in an array of colors as well. Now, if you don't want to wait till the end of the month and you just want to purchase the t-shirt or purchase the water bottle, absolutely. Again, simply go to freedomradio.com/shop and you can go through all of these great things that we have available: the t-shirt, And we created a woman's tank top. Some ladies was like, I like to wear a tank top. So, well, we have created that just for you. Simply go to freedomradio.com/shop and you'll be able to see those items and be able to make things happen. All right, y'all, let's jump in to today's show. And before we do it, we do have a quick commercial break. Takes all of 1 minute. So we have a quick commercial break and I will literally be back, y'all, right after this.
Lord, I lift your name on.
Hey everyone, this is your girl Stacey R. Williams Tucker, your virtual Freedom Radio host and team member, here to talk to you about what's going on in Freedom Radio land. First of all, allow me to thank you on behalf of everyone at Freedom for 10 years of great music, radio shows, and friendship. We could not be happier. With that said, we know the weather has changed and we want you to stay cool during summer season. So we now have t-shirts in an array of colors with a multitude of sizes. And we've introduced new tank tops as well. Lastly, we have included a Freedom water bottle with a lot of colors to meet the needs of all of our friends. You can find all these lovely items and more on freedomradio.com/shop. Again, that's FREEDEM radio.com/shop. So hurry on over and grab your Freedom gear. Thanks so much for your love and support, and we can't wait to see you with your new Freedom gear.
Lord, I lift your name on high. Everybody say you can't.
And we are back. Thank you so much to Stacey Williams for submitting today's commercial and being able to mention all the great things that we have right on freedomradio.com/shop. All right, y'all, let's get back into today's show. I'm laughing and cracking up at a couple of things that have been coming across the board. We were talking about me being in Stockton last night, kicking my feet up. Seymour Bryce says, send me a picture of the bill so I can pray over it. And then when he says, when he came over here, I come out and have a t-shirt available for him when he brought the watermelons. You know what? If you ever need a laugh, if you ever feeling down and you need a pick-me-up, man, call Seymour Bryce, man. Seymour will have you laughing in a matter of moments. He is hilarious. All right, y'all. Listen, let's get ready to jump into today's birthdays. Let's get ready to do that. So let me pull that up. You know what I got to do? I got to, first of all, find them, and then I got to be able to mention it to you. So give me just a second, and yep, here we go. Today, who has a birthday? We have a few people. Oh, this is going to be good. And I didn't know a couple of these people shared the same birthday. So let's get ready to jump in. And today, a few people have a birthday. So you know what I got to do? I got to type it in. Happy birthday, couple exclamation points. All right, y'all, let's go. Sharing a birthday today is my bro from San Jose from Bible Way. He turns 48. Brandon Garvin has a birthday. Shout out to Pastor Keith Nord here in the Bay Area who has a birthday today. Shout out to Tori Delaney. Today is his birthday. He turns 46. He is the bigger brother of Todd Delaney, a great friend of mine. Today's his birthday. Shout out and happy birthday to Andre Redmond, Bay Area guitarist. He turns 34. Shout out to Dee McCardo, who has a birthday. Elena Hayes turns 51. One of my cousins, Jimmy Tollfree, has a birthday. My guy, Devin Watkins, turns 33. He is one person who don't like watermelon. He's one of, I need to send him one for his birthday. Anyway, today is his birthday as well. And so many more. And I seen earlier in the chat, Dee Dee Felder was mentioning that today would have been her father's 81st birthday. So definitely, Dee Dee, we're definitely praying for you during this time and this season, to let you know that, hey, we're still here with you and we're by your side through prayer. I know how it is. My father's birthday is at the end of this month. And the same emotions and feelings that you're feeling, I'm going to probably have some similar ones myself, but it is all to the good. Shout out to Allegra Tollfree hanging out with us. What's going on? Allegra is hanging out with us, but in a few moments, I'm going to be praying fervently for her because she has some things in mind that she's trying to do. And I'm praying that everything that she wants the Lord to do for her, especially today, that they would come to fruition. So, Allegra, we're already praying for you. I got everything set up for you like you need it to be. So I can't wait to hear the results of my prayer. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Shout out and good morning to Stacey Williams. Again, we just mentioned and played the commercial from her just a moment ago. And yes, Allegra, God granted, I believe it in the name of Jesus, Ikanashe, and it is so. Now, I want to mention something, and I'm not trying to be funny or be carnal minded per se. I always sometimes, this is just me. This is just me. You can text me or email me and tell me what you think about it. Now, of course, I'll delete it. But I always wonder sometimes. I don't question. I just always wonder. People always saying, "God told me this, God told me that, and God told me this, and God told me that." I'm like, man, I pray to the Lord all the time, and he don't always talk to me that way. And I was listening to a particular song from an artist, one of my favorite artists, and he was saying, in one of his songs that he don't even think, I don't know if God even talked that much. A lot of things we blame God for, and I don't even know if God be talking that much to the same person and all this kind of stuff. So I just come sometimes just sit back and watch when people say God said or God told me. I'm like, I'll be looking up in the heavens, Lord, did you really say that? Or are they blaming you for something you didn't do? God's probably in the heaven like, it's all to the good. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw it out there for free because I always hear people saying, God said, God told me, God said, God told me. Really? I didn't know God talked that much. Anyway, today's show is absolutely amazing. I see you, Allegra. She said, God ain't talking that much. I know it. She heard the same song that I heard. Anyway, it is all to the good. Let's get into today's show and talk about a couple of things. So now today, normally I do the one has to go and stuff like that. I normally do things like that at the end of the show. But today, I want to bring it up a little further in the beginning of the show. Actually, I have a couple of them, but this particular one I'm going to bring up in just a second. And Dee Dee Felder chimes in. She's like, right, God is like, child, hush. There's only one Dee Dee Felder. Dee Dee Felder, speaking of her, I was talking about the Get Fit in July or Get Fly in July campaign that we have going. Let me tell you something. Dee Dee Felder is killing the game. She is in the number one spot. Matter of fact, let me take a look at it and see where I'm falling right now. So Dee Dee Felder is killing. She's in first place by a landslide. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to catch her. Ashlyn is in second place. I actually am in third place. My dude, Reverend Danny Ford, he is in fourth place right now. My girl from the church, another one of the constituents of my church, Fantasia Mason, is in fifth place right now. I see Debbie Trigg in sixth place. My homie, I don't even see her today, but Kirsten Williams. Kirsten is currently in seventh. My daughter, Ariana, is in eighth. Azizi Lard, who I have not seen as of yet on today's show, is in the thing, and she is in number 9. And rounding out the top 10 in our challenge right now is DeVaris Burnett out in the North Kakalaki. Now, if you have an Apple Watch, you have to have an Apple Watch, and you want to join the challenge, simply send me a message or send me a text saying that you want to join. I'll send you the link for you to join, and we will make things happen. Now, I just got to break in. I was just about to pull something up, but I just got to break in. We'll see how his signal is. But we want to welcome back to California, and he's been on tour in Atlanta for the last month, 6 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks he's been going out in Atlanta doing this thing. But today he's hanging out with us. I see him driving. He's making things happen. My guy is in the building. Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory, man, what? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at you. Yes, sir. What is going on?
How's everybody doing this morning? I'm a little target of the party. I don't have no computer. I cracked my screen, so I got to wait till like the 14th to get it back. So I'm here, though.
I'm look at you. I'm excited, man. This is my first time seeing you wear the Freedom Radio baseball shirt.
Well, I had to get a little smaller. I was a little tighter. I'm sucking in right now. I just had my water. Y'all don't know, but I had my water.
That's good stuff, man. That is good stuff. I am glad to see that. We got to take a picture of you in that, man, that we can post on social media and let everybody know, man. Not only that you support Freedom Radio, but that we have those type of teas and stuff available. Looks good on you, man. Looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You making things happen. Now you came in at a good time because we're getting ready to do our first One Has to Go. I don't even know if you've seen this one as of yet. Dee Felder is saying what up to you. You understand? It's all to the good. So you came in at a good time, man. We're getting ready to do the first One Has to Go of the day. I have two of them today. And this one is interesting. So let me share and get this on the screen. And I need to get your opinion of this. All right, y'all. Our first One Has to Go of the day, Jesus. It goes a little something like this. One of these has to go. We have Pepsi, or we'll just say soda in general. We have Kool-Aid. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. We have tea, and we have coffee. Now, one of these has to go. So I know we say Pepsi, but we'll just say soda in general. So we'll just say soda, Kool-Aid, tea, or coffee. One of these has to go. Ja'Cory, I'm going to start with you, man. One of these has to go. What do you...
Every now and then I got to have some of the bubbly. So the soda got to stay. Kool-Aid, I go through seasons of Kool-Aid. I'm not a coffee drinker, so you know what? You can take the coffee out.
Okay, I feel you. I'm not mad at you. Vicky Hendricks just chimes in. Vicky Hendricks Murray chimes in, who we haven't seen in a while. What's up, Vicky? She says coffee has to go. Dee Felder says that for her, tea would have to go. Why cuss of thee? Gay Harris chimes in and she just simply says, I can't. I can't. Leah Marie out in Fresno, she chimes in and she says, buy the soda and coffee. Lord have mercy. Deborah says, look aid. I'm assuming she's saying Kool-Aid. You probably hear the L instead of a K. But Azizi Lord, I just mentioned her name, and here she is, and she says Pepsi would have to go. And Dee Felder further says, Pete's is of the Lord. Talking about coffee, that was on. She's saying it would have to stay for her. Tracy J. Wilson says that she can't pick. Lord have mercy. Karan, what's going on? Karan says most definitely coffee. She says Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid has to stay. Now, I don't know how many times me and Karan have ever agreed in life, but Karan, write this down today, child. We are in absolute agreement. You got the Ikananache because Kool-Aid definitely has to stay. And I'm not a coffee drinker. I never have been a coffee drinker. As a matter of fact, in my Shop Talk cup today is orange juice. I'm drinking orange juice to get my day going. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, we've got more people about to join in just a second, but I'm trying to figure out, y'all who are hanging out with us, we still got just a couple of moments. Which one of you has to go? Now for Pepsi, we're just going to round that up to soda. Kool-Aid, thank you, Lord Jesus. I feel some cherry Kool-Aid in my shondo right now. I'm not going to focus on it, but I feel it. We got tea, and for me, it's raspberry tea, especially when I go out to drink, to eat and stuff like that. Raspberry tea with no ice, because you know if they put too much ice in it, it starts to take away from flavor. Right, it waters it down. You got the Holy Ghost. Yep. And I know Dee Dee. She's saying that Kool-Aid is a diabetical demon. I understand. I get it. But I don't have diabetes. You understand? So I can be able to drink Kool-Aid without wrath of doubt. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
But Dito, you got to know how to mix Kool-Aid. You got to have 2 flavors to 1 lemonade.
Oh, okay. So
I'm giving you some Holy Ghost. You got to have 2 flavors to 1 lemonade. Now I ain't gonna tell you how to mix your flavors. But 1 lemonade, 1 lemon. I'll make you some because I'm the gospel Kool-Aid man. I mixing some things. Ask somebody. Eat shayadabase.
Thank you.
I'll quench your thirst. But you got to have 1 lemonade to 2 flavors. And I ain't going to tell you how many cups of sugar. You have to come see me on my own live for the cups of sugar.
Okay. We're about to find out. We're going to have that conversation at another time. And Karan further chimes in and she says, we are a Kool-Aid fam in my house. I get it. I'm not mad at you. Tracy J. Wilson says, I drink ginger honey tea every day. I'm not mad at you. She further says that her mama makes the best Kool-Aid. It's all to the good. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Shout out to Nona Brown. Nona, girl, what is going on? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. All right, y'all. While we're still in this format, we're going to bring on our next co-host. She's coming in at a great time. And that is none other than the homie, the graphic designer extraordinaire, amazing vocalist as well. She's now currently residing in the North Kakalaki, and I don't know. She may be having a moment. She might be having a moment of, it won't always be like this. You know what I'm saying? She may not always abide there. We'll find out as we go. But let's bring on the homie, Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. What is going on? Good morning or afternoon, as Demetrius would say. What is going on?
Good morning, good afternoon. Do we really need that light? Okay, we got sunlight. All right. So good morning. Hope y'all good. Good morning. It's just, in those days. I be wanting to talk about stuff, but I know people be watching and the Saints be in their feelings. Okay, so how y'all doing? Can I just know? Oh, please take professional pictures. Amen. Amen.
You talking about Jacory or just in general?
Oh no, Jacory doesn't have that issue.
Oh, just people in general.
Yeah, like we can not.
So you coming in on word. You coming in on a rant, is what you're saying?
No, there's a lot of stuff that happens in my. So I just came out of therapy. Everybody knows I talk about therapy. I'm very open about therapy. And so my therapist asked me. He said, "So what do you?" He's so cute. He's a Caucasian, really nice looking guy. So he said, "So what do you do in these moments?" I said, "Woosah." He said, "Woosah. What is that?" I said, "Honey, where you been? You don't know it." So, I don't talk like, yes, and woosah is, I'm just my regular self. So she came in with violence. No, I'm not coming in with violence. Y'all just asking what's on my mind. So I said, woosah is like, I don't know the actual definition. I'm just like, you breathe. And he was like, I've never heard that. I said, we got to educate you on this culture. So when you deal with the Black kids, you know what you're talking about. Right, so he's like, okay, Yolanda, what is? So I said, just breathe, because you don't want to knock nobody's head off. I said, listen. So we don't know. I'm really a really nice person. They'll tell you, I'm the nicest person in the world. But sometimes, when you greet a person and you looking for service, just remember, be nice. So when you say yo, can I get a flyer? Yo, can you say how you doing?
So you said you want people to open up when they start when they first text you. This is a good rant you're coming in with. So you're saying that people open up conversation with you and they just go straight to the gusto of why they're calling or why they're reaching and not even say good morning or good afternoon or how you doing.
Yes, some, not all, but someone. I mean, if they see this, I'm not mad at you if you see this. I just just common courtesy. Let me tell you, I practice what I preach. So everything I say, I usually either have to eat, meaning I have to do the same thing, or it happens to me, or I do it. So when I go into a store, if I go into the salon, therapy is a good example, actually. So when I start, what we do on Mondays, I'm open about it. I'm not crazy. I'm trying to be a dope wife. Amen. So when we start, he says, "Hi, Yolanda, how are you?" I said, "So how's your week?" I said, "Wait, how are you? You doing okay?" He keeps the lines real clean. I was like, "You doing okay? Everything good?" "Yeah, everything's good." "Okay, here we can start." So I just feel like, when you're looking for that, you gotta, that's just common courtesy.
Common courtesy. There you go.
Just common courtesy. It's nothing, you're not trying to get any brownie points. It's just common courtesy. But I will tell you, when you go into a hotel, I want to focus on me. When you go into a hotel and you don't know what kind of day people have had, that is the real fact. You have no idea. Yeah. You don't know what happened before you, and you don't know what's going to happen after you. Yep. The last thing you want to do is come to the desk being mad and angry and feeling, I felt that in my Shondo, and feeling entitled, feeling like because of who you are, or because of what kind of credit card you got, or as my sister just taught me on the weekend, because of how heavy your credit card is. Did y'all know there are metal credit cards, and when they're heavier, they don't have a credit limit?
Oh, yeah.
Hallelujah. Yeah. I did not know that. Yeah. So that doesn't give you the right.
You get my wallet and prove the point.
Oh, because you got.
You cut that shit. Oh.
He'll connect you to me. Listen.
Oh.
Well, she told me that. She said, "Yeah, did you know that there's metal credit cards?" I was like, "What?" She's like, they're metal credit
Oh,
cards.
we're gonna
They're
be in
heavier.
cards at the Freedom Picnic.
Listen, and they're heavier because they have no credit limit.
Oh,
So how would you know that? She said, "Oh, when the man was given," I tell you, I almost ran. When the girl told me my sister and her husband are doing a food business, right? I didn't mean to have this big rant, but they're doing a food business, and she said when the man handed her his card, she said, "Why does your card feel like this?" He said, "Because I have no credit limit."
Oh,
She
it's been
told
given
me
by
that.
Jesus.
I said, "What?" She said, "And Yolanda, we got, ooh."
listen,
She got
I'm a witness. Exist. They
told
exist.
me more of the credit cards were heavy than light. I said, "What?"
I'm about to go weigh mine right now. Hold on.
Listen, I was like going through my car, like, wait. She said, "Oh no, if there were 10 credit cards, 6 of them were heavy.
Listen,
No credit limit."
I feel you. That's good stuff. So let me ask you. Now you came in with this rant, and I want to. Your rant is actually taking me in a different direction. That leads me to a great question in a second. But so you're saying, because as a graphic designer, one of your biggest pet peeves is professional pictures.
Oh God, yes. I mean, I'm sure everybody at this juncture knows that I've been trying to hold it. I waited all summer. I took as long as I could take. I cannot take it no more. Let me tell you why. Because what I have discovered is, I'm going to answer your question. You ask me whatever you would like. But it really, people think it's just people on a certain level, like a lower level. Oh, no. It's the big kids too. It doesn't matter. Professionalism is a choice.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry. Jesus and professional get mixed up. So professionalism is a choice. And so there was a rant that Jonathan McReynolds posted about 2 years ago or so. And he was like, to all the, graphic designers, I'm just saying, I don't have, acne anymore. And I've grown in my hair. Sweet Cup, I love you. And I think you seem really wonderful to Jesus. But I don't know that. I don't know you. I wouldn't know if you don't no longer have this or no longer have that. I can only use what's been provided to me. Now, as an artist, my personal thing, Yolanda, I try to look out for other people, even if you don't know me. This is no brownie points, it's the truth. If I didn't know Jacory and I got a bad picture of him, I would go to Instagram or go on social media to try to find a cleaner look, what maybe more current or more, because that's a choice I make. But let me tell you, most of my designer friends or fellow designers, they don't do that.
Really?
No. They use what has been given to them. Sometimes people do, but then there are cases when the client will say, "Oh no, I want to use this." And that may be a picture of you from 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. So my thought was, when he did that, everybody knows I'm nice. I pick my battles, but I did respond. I said, "Sir, in all due respect to you, in most cases, we don't know." And sometimes people are hired. I am a faith girl. I am in the community. I'm a gospel singer. Yeah. But there are people that are hired that are not in those communities. And they just do really good work. And they don't know anything about you. They don't even know you exist. Right? So it's your responsibility as an artist, as a whoever you are. It's your responsibility to maintain your brand.
But your
responsibility.
It goes even further than that. And I want to say that I can bear witness to what she's saying, because she helped me with my CD cover. And my first pictures, they was cute, but it wasn't right. But if you're on the road to greatness, if you're on the road to your destiny, there's no reason why you should not have professional photos. And I say that even from a standpoint of, you got to die one day and they got to make a nice program for you. Me personally, my program is going to be a magazine, because they got so many beautiful pictures that they can choose from. But if you're on your road to destiny, why don't you have a professional photo? And why are you not taking one at least once a year? You need to see your progress.
I'm with you. That's good stuff.
And I want to just rant. I'm just saying, yes, that is my biggest pet peeve because it happens so often. Somebody sent me a pay. I mean, I've gotten all kind of stuff. People standing in the middle of their kitchen. People, I have gotten it all. I've gotten it all.
But it's a
So,
reflection though of where you actually see yourself.
absolutely,
I mean,
it is.
if you sending somebody a picture of you, you can do a lot with your iPhone. But when it
Yes.
comes really trying to go somewhere and you want this flyer to reach, I'm gonna need you to teach yourself that you need to go pay somebody to take
Yeah,
your.
and just my thing is, if you invest, if you can buy a Gucci belt, which is $400, then you can invest in a professional photo shoot. And listen, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You don't have to.
Y'all better call it.
Listen, Dito, if he's in your area, if you're in Atlanta, my friend Lamar, there are photographers everywhere, right?
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying,
I'm ready.
and he takes professional photos, and they're clean. So
I'm ready.
yes, the biggest rant in the world. Just invest in yourself. The biggest part is investing in yourself. You're more believable. I promise you. People may not say anything to you. They may not say anything at all, and for some people, it's not a big deal. But it says something when an artist is contacted. This has been a rarity for a particular client. I can't say his name, but for a particular client I've worked for over the years. In all the graphics I've done for this particular man, maybe one out of all the events he's done has he said the artist said use this photo. Nobody's ever directed us to a website.
Mhm.
Nobody's ever directed us to a EPK kit, a press kit. So what should happen? Okay, Yolanda, so what should happen? Here's a solution. You should have a press kit, a bio, who you are, where you came from, and a photo, casual and dress up pending whatever lane you're in or whatever genre you are. Or there should be a website. Really, you should need a website. Facebook is not enough because what happens if Facebook shuts down? Or you need something, a something that you can direct people to, and it has the photos that you prefer to use. And I'm gonna answer this question because I just thought sometimes people put you on a bill that you didn't agree to be on. Then you have the right as the artist to say that you did not book me for this event. You have to take me off the flyer. If they pull a flyer, if they pull a photo of you from off of social media and that was not what you agreed to, you have the right as the artist, whoever you are, to say that I did not agree to that image. You have to take that image down.
Teach.
That is on the person that contracted you. That is on the promoter. That is on them. That's not on you. But if you don't give people something, they will use
Whatever's out
whatever they see, whatever their preference is. And it could be you from 10 years ago before you got proactive.
there. Oh shit.
So this is a great conversation. As a matter of fact, this conversation kind of is a segue into my question of the day. And so let me just ask this simple question, Yolanda. I know you're expressing this now, but how long has this been festering up in you that you've been wanting to just express that?
I don't know. It festers up every 2 weeks.
Okay, I got you. Okay. So this is something that is ongoing for her as a
This is
graphic
ongoing.
designer. Okay, I get it. So now we've heard the great teachings, and we all need a professional shoot. And I see you, Stacy. Stacy says, "Okay, Dito, I need to get professional photos for my business, and let me get on your calendar. I've got my camera in hand, one of several that I now have, and I will be ready when you're ready." Young ladies, let me know and we will make that happen. Let me ask this, and then I got to get to my question today. So you as a graphic designer, Yolanda, you're talking about professional pictures. This is something that may be interesting that people may not know. Do you, as the graphic designer, 'cause I know you got to cut out and do different stuff, do you prefer indoor on a seamless paper, or do you prefer outdoors, or does it matter?
I prefer indoor. It does matter because sometimes, although I'm learning to answer questions straight ahead. Okay. If I was in an interview, I had to answer this. I prefer indoor.
And is there a particular reason why?
Because sometimes outdoor photos can have a lot of scenery involved, trees, buildings, things like that. And so if a person has, let's say if it's a girl and she has big hair is a lot of cutting. It takes a long time. So if you have big hair, let's say, like big hair and you have the curls and okay, so imagine the curls are going to be intertwined with the sky and the trees and this kind of stuff. And so it's depending the skill level of the designer, it can be done. It's not that it can't happen. It's just that sometimes it doesn't give the same result or effect if it's indoor. So you've calmed me all the way down. Thank you. So as it would be indoor. So when you take a picture, as I always suggest people do, on a solid background. So if you wear white, you shouldn't be on a white background. Now, sometimes people do that for effect or they do it for, movies or film, but the best thing to do is take it on something. I'm not the photographer, it's just my designer thought. Take it on something a little bit darker on you. So if you're black and you're in black and then you're on black, it just doesn't always work out well if you want to be cropped out of that. So it's best to make it opposite. You know what I mean? So green screen is always best. Green screen is a great option. Yes, because because in most cases you can crop it out. It just crops out a little bit better in most times. Grays are great. Sometimes even brighter colors like my skin color, pink may work very well behind me, or yellow sometimes. It just depends. So my personal preference is indoor and high resolution. The higher, the better.
Higher.
Listen, it's always easier to subtract or take down if it's higher, but if it's lower, then it's going to be pixelated. So a CD cover, for example, people don't know when you submit something, even you say, I got distribution, I can go to iTunes. Okay, everybody has that. So if you do that, and you submit your CD cover and the resolution is low, they're going to reject it.
Amen.
So that's why you need a professional photo. You can't do everything from your phone. I know y'all want to, but sometimes I got a call this morning. We're trying to do a this kind of project. Okay, the problem you're going to have is when you send it to the printer, they're going to reject it because the resolution is too low.
You just talk.
So that's my answer.
Okay, so I like the way you're thinking. So let me just me being detold, and I know we've been talking about doing an hour. We're probably going to go over the hour today because this conversation is getting good. So here is an example. Now it doesn't have to be detold that does your photo. I'm just being honest with you. We didn't do this for me to get gigs, but it is something that you should be thinking about. Now, here's a particular picture of a young lady that I know that came out somewhat decent. I don't know if you guys know this young lady, but this is a picture that we were doing for a particular client that we were focusing in on the glasses. So the real picture or the real focus of this was just the focus on the glass. Now this is on a different color background, but it is. Would you be able to crop that if you needed to, Yolanda?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is just an example. This is not me trying to get no gig. This is just me showing off the beauty, of what the Lord has brought my way. And what the Lord has brought together. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
You did
man, huh?
So, we was doing this for a particular client and we just wanted to make things happen. Anyway, so I hear what you're saying. So all of this is great information. This was not the conversation we was going to have today, I promise y'all. But since we're here, it brings me to a question. And I asked Yolanda in particular how long she had been holding on to this to see whether it was going to be a long time, whether it was pandemic driven for her to be this bold to talk about it now, or whatever it could have been. But this leads me to a great question that I think Yolanda, Jacory, as well as our listening audience could definitely chime in on. And my question of the day is, we're getting ready, we're what, 15, 16 months into a pandemic. and things are starting to change. Although we're getting a new variant and people are starting to get sick again, so y'all may need to still wear your mask. So, but let me ask you guys this very simple question: what has the pandemic taught you? We had many people have had to reinvent themselves. Many people have had to do a bunch of different things and do things that they probably never done or never thought to do, whether they didn't have time for it, whatever it could have been. But what has the pandemic taught us? What did I don't know if you created a new craft, if you went out of your comfort zone to go back to school, whatever it could have been. But this is a great question to ask, especially with coming out of Yolanda's introductory rant. What has the pandemic taught you? Jacory, man, I'll start with you.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because what it actually has taught me is I remember back in the day, older people used to always say, whatever you need is in you. It's taught me to actually look within myself to see what's actually in me. Because sometimes we just use those gifts that are just already out, but there's so many gifts that are still stuck down on the inside that you kind of got to, you got to pull a little bit to get out. Because I've been using all kind of gifts. I'm one that has many, many talents. I know some people,
Absolutely.
2 or 3, but he's given me over 20 talents. So mine wrestle with each other, but I began to see other talents arise in this season. So,
and I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing that I've personally seen you do coming out of this season is the whole social media thing that you embraced and started creating videos and promotional videos and different things that you've been doing. I don't think you were doing that a year and a half ago. And I feel like, man, you really honed in on that and have now turned that into a business. And I really think more people should take advantage of. We just talked about professional photos and all that kind of stuff. Well, the things that you do kind of go hand in hand, because after you get done with the CD and after you get done with the all the graphics and that kind of stuff, now you need to be able to promote it. And this is where, Jacory, you've kind of found a niche that I think that you should be talking about and promoting even more. And a hush comes over the place. I think you muted yourself or something. You got stuck.
I don't want to call it the wrong times. That's what that is. But no, that's a God-given thing too as well, because I have a gifting for, special things like that. So if you need your video, if you need something to help promote your shirt or anything, hit me up in my DMs.
Absolutely.
And say hello first. That might change your rate. Say hello. Be respectful.
Yep. Say hello first. I am with you. That makes sense. Use some common courtesy. I am not mad. Yolanda, what has this pandemic taught you?
That God got me no matter what. So when the pandemic first happened, when I really realized something was going on, I was like, I'm about to be the first one to go down. That was my first thought. I was like, people are not going to be thinking about flyers or, church is down, which I'm a faith-based, a lot of my work is faith-based, not all, but a lot. And so it was like, oh, I'm going to be the first one to go down. And then, I'll say this here. And Kurt Carr texted my phone. He said, yo, can you do this for me? I was standing in my kitchen. I said, okay, God. All right. And I knew, based upon that portion, I knew I was going to be okay. I was still scared, but I knew I was going to be okay. And then my parents actually. So what something taught me, my parents have a different kind of faith, like resilient, kind of quiet, kind of just this is the way it is kind of thing. And so when I called my mama one day, people were clearing out the stores, right? Like mad. And I was in the store and I was getting water and, and I called my mom and said, Mom, like, you good? She was like, uh-huh. She's really, 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 really country. Okay. So I said, Mom, you guys, you all right? Uh-huh. You got toilet paper? What? I said, did you get some toilet paper? They're clearing out the stores. She said, what I need toilet paper for? Why are you yelling, lady? Like, I said, Mom, because, the pandemic, my parents are in the medical field. They've been in the medical field all my life. My dad's an X-ray tech. My mom's a nurse. I said, Mom, because they're cleaning off the shelves. Oh, I got toilet paper at home. I said, well, you get some water? Why I'm getting water? I said, because this water's going to be gone. She said, that's why it's water in the tap.
Right.
I said, Mom, but she was so calm. I always tell people my parents checked on me, but my parents never called me during the entire phase of 2020. You got a mask? Did you go outside? They were just calm. So I learned, I know I came from that portion of it, but I learned that God got me. Absolutely. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I just mean that during the whole pandemic, I was never outside. Obviously, I'm thick as a Snicker, so I never starved.
That's good stuff. And you're right. God will take care of you regardless of what is going on. God will take care of you. As a matter of fact, I want to read a couple of these comments. People who chimed in about what they learned during the pandemic. Dee Felder chimes in and she says, I've learned to cherish each moment. Mm-hmm. Life is a vapor. And she says she learned to make sure that she love on her people. Mm-hmm. Allegra has kind of put in here what our family mantra has become, and that we've learned to adjust and reset and keep the major things major and keep the minor things minor. Meaning that, there are things that we probably would focus on or that would make us mad or frustrate us that didn't really matter. For me personally, I have made up my mind that, during this season, what I've learned the most is that life is what matters. Family is what matters. And if you can't rock with my family or my friends or the way that we handle things, it's all good. I'm not mad at you. It's time out for me getting mad at you. I'm not going to get frustrated with you. Either we rocking or we not. And if our relationship has been on and off, if the relationship, our friendship, whatever it is, has been on and off, no worries, man. Just keep me off. It's no love loss. Just keep me in the off position and I'll just keep rocking because I've learned it here that I don't have time for the emotional roller coasters.
Protect your peace.
I just don't have time for it. Life is too short. A friend of mine in San Diego, 2 years younger than me, just up and passed last week. He was in St. Louis at a funeral on Saturday. By Tuesday, he was gone, 48 years old. You know what I'm saying? Life is a vapor, man. We don't have time to fool around and minor on the majors. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have time to major on the minors. Let's make the right thing be the right thing for us to focus in on. I got my homegirl Andrea Scruggs who chimed in, and she says, I can live saved by going to church via internet. And I can make it through God in all situations. I'm not mad at you. Andrea and I go back some 45 years. She's been my homie that long. Stacey Williams chimed in and she said it taught me a whole lot of stuff. I was doing and buying that I didn't really need to do or buy. I ain't mad at you. And let me sum it up this way, what Stacey's saying and what I've learned in this season. Man, stop spending money you don't have. Buying stuff you can't afford, trying to impress folk you don't like.
Ooh.
That's the ultimate bottom line. Let me say it one more time because somebody was getting ready to get on Amazon right now. Stop spending money that you don't have. Buying stuff that you don't need. If I showed y'all all this stuff right here, all the clothes I've been folding up, stuff I done bought and stuff that I don't really need, man. Stop spending money you don't have, buying stuff that you don't need, trying to impress folk you don't like. It don't matter. What really matters is family, your friends, and the people around you. And make sure that your circle is good. That's all. In my opinion, that's what's mattering right now. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to make things happen. Cambria Mayfield chimes in and says, I've learned to live life to the fullest and trust God more. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is good stuff right there. And we got more people chiming in, just, talking about the different things that we're talking about. Listen, it's time out for the foolishness. I like Ja'Cory. I got a chance to see you and Ashton yesterday, going out of your comfort zone to help somebody. If I can help somebody along the way, at the end of the day, come on, church folk, then my living won't be in vain. You know what I'm saying? So my hat is off to you, Ja'Cory and Ashton, who's not here today with us. My hat is off to y'all for going out of your comfort zone and helping somebody along the way, helping somebody to get their life going in the right direction. And that's really what it's all about, man. That's really what it's all about. Kudos to you. Kudos to Ashlyn for helping that young lady. I can't wait to see the next segment of her life. I know what she's going into right now. I can't wait to see the next segment, which won't be too long from now.
Right. And that's funny that you say that, because one other thing that I've learned is being a church kid, don't get caught up in the religion part and that aspect of church, because the real work of the church is outside the four walls. And I think sometimes we get caught up in the church and some of those things like it's our daily job, to where we forget the real focus and the real mission. At the end of the day, all of these churches, it don't even matter, because it's one church. It is one church. So, I know you over here, I'm over here, but at the end of the day, don't get it twisted. And I think what was very helpful for me during this pandemic is just to realize, okay, I love going to church. It's all good. But at the end of the day, don't get caught up to where you ain't doing the mission. You just going to church.
Facts.
And I think I pray that a lot of us have been able to refocus that when we go back into the building, we can give a genuine praise.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, you would think that after all that we've had to endure these last 15, 16, almost 17 months, is that, man, the church shouldn't even be able to hold us. The preacher shouldn't almost be able to preach. The praise and worship should need no help. The choir shouldn't need no assistance, because all we just need to do is just think about and reflect about what God kept us from. I know we always pray and thank God for, keeping us from dangers seen and unseen, and we should. But every now and then, I just like to thank God for the doors He closed. I just like to thank. I like to just keep Him. I like to thank Him for the relationships that He the sour and detrimental relationships that He either closed or kept me away from. That's just as important as the dangers He kept me from. So for me, we've already started back in church, and we've been trying to get our praise on as much as we can. But let me tell you something. I don't even have to be in church. Sometimes I get my best praise on when I'm at home and I'm watching service, like Andrea was mentioning. I come home and I rewatch church, and I watch other churches, and I see different places and how they have church. And man, listen, by the time I get through with all that, man, I'll be woe out. From jumping and shouting and crying and snotting and thinking about what could have happened and what didn't happen. God has just been good to us. He's been good to me. He's been good to you, Ja'Cory. He's been good to you, Yolanda, because He has kept us. He has kept us. And let me tell you something. Whew. Let me say this.
It's gonna happen when you by yourself.
First of all, at the end of the day, I'm actually done just praising God for what He's done. I'm just praising Him now just for who He is, because who He is more than what He's done.
Wow.
Okay, somebody gonna catch that on their ride home. I said who He is more than what He's done. There's some things that I prayed for that I wanted Him to do, and He didn't do it. But the mere fact that He's yet the Savior of my life, man, that's good enough for me. The mere fact that that I didn't fall into a wreck or fall into diverse temptation. Listen, all blessings, children, are not financial. Y'all can have that for free. All blessings are not financial. The mere fact that we're getting up with breath of life every day, that is enough to give God praise. The mere fact that we can flip a light on. There are people who can't even do that. The mere fact that we have running water, we can drink from the tap, as Yolanda Mama just said, or we can take a shower. We take advantage of stuff that many people around the country don't have. So I'm just thanking God for the little stuff. I can wiggle my fingers, wiggle my toes. I can open my mouth. I can talk sensibly. Thank you, Lord, for life, health, and strength for
Yeah,
the activities of my limbs.
we don't. I just don't think we. I just don't know if we got it. And I'm gonna be honest. If we got shut down again, we almost deserve to be. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know if we got it, man. I keep saying you get one life, and you got to live that life to the best of your ability. And I have to eat what I say, and I mean that. And I know that sounds harsh, like in the sense that we deserve it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of crazy. He's right. And you go into a church at this juncture, it should be so chaotic that the pastor's like, y'all, we can't do this every week. That's how crazy it should be, because the fact that you're sitting, the person you used to sit next to, they're not sitting there anymore because they died from a disease that existed all the time.
And you could have
always there.
And you could have had it. And some of us have had it. Some of us have had it. Allegra keeps telling me she was sick the whole month of January in 2020. And we didn't know about COVID, nothing like that. She has been telling us for the last, I don't know how long, that she felt like she had COVID in January 2020, and she could have been gone. She has a lot of things going on. She has high blood pressure. She has diabetes in her body at her young age, and any of those things could have easily taken her out. But I will tell you this, the Lord will take care of you. He will keep you. And I'm telling you, he's a keeper. And he'll keep you sometimes when you don't even want to be kept. I know you're supposed to keep your mind. He'll keep your mind in perfect peace as long as you keep your mind stayed on him. But there were some of us who didn't even have our mind stayed on him. But yet God thought enough about us to keep us in perfect peace when we didn't even deserve perfect peace. That's the type of God that we serve, that he'll keep you even when you don't deserve it. Many of us, including myself, have deserved death. I've deserved to die in certain things I've been through that I put myself through. I can't even blame the devil on it. Many times we blame the devil for stuff that we've been through. I've been in stuff. I put my own self in situations where I should have died, but God cared enough about me. He saw something in me that said, nope, I'm going to give him another chance. There's somebody else that needs to hear his testimony. There's somebody else that needs to hear his voice. There's somebody else that needs to hear a song, that needs to hear something that will get them through this. And so at the end of the day, any of us could have died from COVID. At the end of the day, any of us could have been taken out of here, but we're here only because of his unmerited favor, his goodness and his mercy that he has extended to me, to Ja'Cory, to Yolanda, to each and every one of you watching and listening to me right now. I don't even know who I'm talking to, but you could have been taken out at any given moment. I've seen accidents happen right in front of me, right behind me. Gunshots have flown up in front of my face that could have been for me. But because God saw something in me, I'm a hush because I feel something about to bubble up in my shondo. But he saw something in me. Maybe Marvin Sapp was right. Maybe he saw the best in me with everything. Let me hush. Let me.
No, you help me. You help me.
Let me hush. Let me get out of here.
Because I think we took it for granted.
Let me get out of here. Listen, with the time has come. I know that we said we was only going to be here for a few minutes, but this time has come, and I'm trying to get myself together. I got some things to do. You do too. But listen, at the end of the day, woo. Let me just say this. During this pandemic, here's what I learned the most. I learned to stop valuing the opinions of people that don't matter. That's what I learned. I learned to stop valuing the opinions of people that don't matter, because if you sit around and stay on social media long enough, or text long enough with the wrong person, they'll start dumping their stuff on you, and before you know it, you'll start feeling that you're less than what you should be. Listen, I'm through valuing the opinions of people that don't matter. God has put so much in me. Jacory, I know he's put so much in you. Yolanda, I see what he's put in you, and it is absolutely magnanimous. I just made up a word. It is that big that it needs a word that ain't nobody even never heard before. So with all that said, we got to go. We got to get ready to get out of here. But before we go, Yolanda, give me some closing comments, final thoughts.
You get one life. Not 12, not 10, not 2. If you come back as a different person, you don't know about it.
Yeah.
So you get one life, and you have to live that life to the best of your ability. So my encouragement to you today, live full. And listen, if you want to go to the movies and you don't got this fine chocolate or you don't got this cute, sexy girl to go with you, go by yourself. Don't wait to fulfill that part. If you've never been, out of the country, if you want to do whatever it is, you get one life. Everything I say, y'all, I have to live myself. If you get one life, it's up to you to live your life the best of your ability. If you got some stuff you need to work through, go to therapy and take it to Jesus. Don't live in a box like that. It's not worth it. You're supposed to live big and large and free. God created this big, pretty world, and he created it for us to live in and to absorb and to reign in. So you got to live your life. You got to be free. You want to put the dress on, put the dress on. Stop tripping.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. That great information. Great information. Jacory, hey, man, first of all, welcome home. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Love the shirt that you're wearing. Give us some closing comments, man. Final thoughts.
I'd like to say, question yourself in your Christianity and the exampleship, my own word, that you're duplicating. Because at the end of the day, if you're faith-based and you're a believer, you're supposed to be a mirror reflection. And I sometimes think, even I have to question myself. This should be a weekly, daily thing that you question to make sure that you're being a good representation of what you believe, of God. And secondly, keep some people around you that can think and thank a praise for you.
Oh, that's good.
That's good, man. I like that. Keep some people around that can think and thank a praise for you. That's good. That's t-shirt worthy. That's good, man. I like that one. I like that one. Listen, if I was to leave a closing comment or a thought, it would be something like this.
Lord, I thank you tonight. Out of all that I've been through, still got joy, still got